Peace, fam. So I just got back from the pool. Hold on. What? Oh, okay. Yes, please. Back, but it's been a few days since I checked in on you guys. There's been a lot, astrologically speaking, going on with this Mars Uranus conjunction in the sign of Taurus. I'm sure you've heard about it if you follow astrology at all. It's been everywhere. Astrologers everywhere have been talking about it. But in case you haven't, Mars and Uranus touch each other. They hold hands every 2 years. And so it's a fairly common thing that happens. And Mars is the planet of action, drive, fire, war. Did I say drive? And Uranus is the planet of the unexpected. It is about electricity, explosive new ideas, things that happen incredibly unexpectedly. So when you put Mars and Uranus together, we have unexpected fire, unexpected action. Hi, Glittery Z. So this influence is felt very strongly, the week prior and in the weeks to come, but the energy was exact yesterday. And we can already see some things that Mars and Uranus conjunction have impacted. For example, just last weekend, we had 4 celebrities die. Celebrities do die all the time, but with this Mars Uranus conjunction, they died like back to back to back. Then we had the attempt on Trump's life that can also be explained by this astrology. I personally know a few people who've experienced deaths in their family this weekend. Me, I unexpectedly went to a museum about natural history, and there was volcanoes in there. So it could be as simple as seeing a volcano, or it could be as disruptive as, losing someone, getting in an accident. I don't know about you, but I've seen a whole lot more police this last few days. I've seen a lot of accidents on the road. When Mars and Uranus are conjunct, it is a great idea to drive carefully. Okay? Drive very carefully. Don't add any extra risk to your life this week, especially. On a very basic level, this energy can explain like frustration. If you've been feeling frustrated with people around you, or angry, or you've been bickering with people around you, if your house seems extra chaotic, this can all be explained by Mars Uranus conjunction. Now, typically, since this is happening in the sign of Taurus, the signs who are going to feel it the most are the ones that share the modality, which means it's all fixed signs, right? So the sign of Taurus, the sign of Scorpio, the sign of Aquarius, and Leo are all said to be feeling this energy most strongly at this time. However, it also depends on your own personal chart and what's going on there. So for me, it's a little extra chaotic because I have my nephews here with my daughter. She has been extra accident prone, falling all over the place. Yesterday, she fell and hit her head in the table, and she has marks on her face. This is the first time that she's ever hurt herself like that. And this is her first Mars-Uranus conjunction as well. So it can be really simple, really small, but also it can be really big too. So not to scare anyone, I'm not into the politics of scaring people, but it is a good idea to be more mindful this week, okay? Not to take any extra risks, not to give in to like these impulses, right? Double, triple, quadruple check on your body, your car, etc., etc. You can't find my Patreon. Okay, well, I'm gonna put a link here in the chat. It's good to see you, boo. Yeah, so this Mars-Uranus conjunction is manifesting in a lot of different ways. For some people, they're not feeling anything. They're like, what are you guys talking about? But for other people, you know, it's impacting them very strongly. So wherever you fall on that sort of trajectory, it's important for us to just be more mindful at this time. Be more mindful. Be easy. Provide yourself extra time on your commute so you're not rushing around. You know, those kinds of things can make a whole world of a difference. I know for me, I was so close to crashing into my mom's car. Don't tell her I told you that. But I was backing out of the driveway and I wasn't looking and I almost sideswiped it. But like in the nick of time, I saw it. I was like, oh shit. And I've never done that before in my life. Never done that before. So you can definitely avoid potential problems by just taking things more slowly. Okay, I just put the link in the chat. This is from my Patreon. It's happening in your second house. I would have to see the rest of your chart. But from the sounds of it, it doesn't sound like a bad idea. Especially since in your second house, we have Mars, the planet of action and drive, and Uranus together, while Jupiter is in Gemini. Where does Jupiter fall in your chart? What house do you have Jupiter in? And I would say if you're going to ask for a raise, make sure you have all the reasons why you deserve it written down. Like list it, like put it in an email and be like, for this, for this, for this, for this, for this, for this, for this. Well, yeah. And that might be, okay. Okay. And who's the ruler of your third house? Okay, so Gemini would be your third house ruler then, because you're an Aries rising. Girl, Jupiter's in I would say, shit, why not? Why not? Because with Jupiter being in Gemini in your third house, what's up, Milton? You are meant to expand your horizons already. And since you're already to the breaking point, Lita, of like, if you don't give me a raise, I'm gonna quit, then you're not gonna lose anything, you know? There's nothing to lose if you're already prepared to quit. So I would say draft your email. Don't use it, or draft whatever it is you're going to submit. Don't use charged up words. Don't sound irritated. First, you apply to another job. Great. Lead with all the things that you have done. Why do you deserve this? Lead with that, okay? You don't want to make it an ultimatum. Don't let him know, like, if you don't give you a raise, I'm gonna quit. That's not gonna work well. So, yeah. But with this energy, you could get an unexpected raise, or you could get an unexpected new job. So I would say if you are prepared for any outcome, do it. I know. It's because it's summertime still, so there's children who have been on my channel. Children just trolling. That's why I haven't been on here as much, because honestly, it's been a lot of 14-year-olds finding me, 12-year-olds, 9-year-olds. I don't know how, because I always put on here that this is not for children, but since it's summertime and they're out of school, it's been wild. I had like 30 people in here. All of them were children. Okay, you have a question. My PayPal. Do you know my PayPal? I think you're the one that always pays me. Yes, I'm not talking about right now. Bare Lives Matter. I'm talking about a story in the past. Maybe you should rewind a little bit and listen with your listening ears. Yes. I'll gladly make you a mod. I don't know why you're not a mod already. Yeah. But yeah, you gotta listen with your ears and your brain. You gotta focus. Bare Lives Matter. You gotta focus. You gotta be a good troll if you're gonna be a troll. Yay. Okay, I got you. Do you want it? What do you want? Tarot or birth chart? Looky loo. Either way, I got you. I have pinned the Patreon as the Lover Goddess Patreon. If you are interested in diving into your birth chart, this is where I teach you about your chart. We track the transiting moon. Every month for the new moon, I provide a digital guide that you can download and use to help you maximize the energy of this new moon. I answer any and all astrology questions. We talk about tarot, do all sorts of things. Why do I keep saying 222, 111? My business. Okay, let's check it out. And also, we really need to pull your chart at some point. Lead a girl. And see what the transits are talking about. Let's see. What's going on? Mostly 12, 12, 12, and 2, 2, 2. You know, I used to be really concerned about what the numbers were, and I would like Google what certain ones meant. But after a while, I feel like for me, in my life personally, it's not so much about the numbers as it is about the sign that I'm doing the right thing, or as it is about like just getting me to notice. So sometimes it's not really about what numbers you're seeing, it's more so about like just getting your attention, grabbing your attention really quick. So one thing to start doing is paying attention to what you are doing when you see the repetitive numbers, what you're thinking about when you see those numbers, how it makes you feel. Those can provide a lot of context and clues for their meaning and purpose. Let's see. What do we need to know about Lita's synchronous girl? Wheel of Fortune, Ten of Pentacles. Hello. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. And the Ten of Pentacles is obviously wealth, stability, legacy, getting to enjoy the fruits of your labor. I don't think it's delusional. And in a sense, you are a celebrity. It's just you're the celebrity of your story. So you got to start treating yourself that way. You have to start believing in yourself more. You have to start recognizing the opportunities that are being presented to you. And I know in the past you've been having a little difficult time, right? And this Wheel of Fortune is about the nodes of fortune turning in your favor, right? So things, what goes up must come down. So you've been down, now it's your turn to come back up and receive. We also have this Ten of Pentacles. So this is, you seeing these numbers is a reminder of your success, that you have a blessing on the way, that, and both of these are tens. 10 and a 10. So a 10 reduces down to 1, a 1, 1 again here in these cards. So it's meant to encourage you. It's meant to encourage you to be forward thinking, to make a plan, to keep going, to do this slow and steady thing, because sometimes while the Wheel of Fortune can be like a quick turn of events, This 10 of Pentacles is often something that takes a minute to build up. It's about the foundations that you've laid leading you to your prosperity. So let's see what else we get out of here. Hey, the sun. Leo season is very important for you, Leo and Gemini, because this card is associated with both for different reasons and with different readers. The sun rules Leo. The sun is about to be moving into the sign of Leo. So you have Leo in the 5th house then. And that's wild. It is. I didn't even notice that part yet. That's another one, girl. So you have Leo in the 5th house, correct? Because you're an Aries rising, so everything goes in order. Leo in the 5th house. So yes, so the sun is moving into your 5th house. So this is the perfect time for you to express your creativity and to do all the 5th house things, okay? That is what's going to bring you closer to this. So make sure that regardless of if you keep this job, quit this job, get a new job, make sure that you are focusing on your creativity and making space for it, because the things that you do in the season, in Leo season, are going to be that foundation that help you turn the wheel and receive these blessings. That's amazing. All these are ones. It's like I want to keep pulling cards, but I love that all these are ones. 1 1 1 1 1. So you are definitely on the right path. I think this is confirmation too of express. My business collection drops on the 27th. Oh, yes, it should be. It definitely should be, because that would be over a month of Cancer season, and we all know we're not ready for a month. Oh, this also is reminding me, Mars moves into the sign of Gemini too. So it's like we get more movement. Mars is in Taurus right now. And that's kind of a frustrating position for Mars to be in, because Taurus is about slow and steady wins the race. And Mars is like, go, 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 go. So there's been a lot of frustration where it's like we want things to take off, but maybe they haven't gained the speed that we would like to see them have. But when Mars moves into Gemini, I think later this week even, it's either this week or next, I'd have to check. I don't have my ephemeris on me. But with that movement too, things start to take off. Mars is hurry up and wait for sure in Taurus. So it's going to be moving into Gemini. So we'll have Jupiter in Gemini. We'll have Mars in Gemini. Is Mercury, where's Mercury at right now? Mercury's in Leo, so that's an important part too. We're focusing more on ourselves. I'm pretty sure Venus is in Leo right now. So with all of this moving to a fellow, or moving into a fire sign, things are going to begin taking off much more easily for you. And for a lot of us as well, but this is your reading, so I'm talking specifically to you. Yeah. Okay, there is the potential for you to pivot when it comes to your job. I would definitely confront your manager or whatever. Not confront, wrong word. Plead your case for why you should receive a raise. But also be prepared to leave that job behind if he's not trying to get with the program, okay? This is a 6. Let's see if there's anything else. My baby's downstairs with her cousins and my mom. But still, I'm always listening, like, what's happening down there? Yeah. Then we have the 8. The 8 of Pentacles. About you sticking to your craft, honing your craft, literally putting your head down and working. He's got his head down. He's like all just worried about what he's creating in this world. So yes, you knocking down that dusty wig. I just noticed that. Girl, you're funny. You Is it really dusty? I love it. But yes, it's like the work you put in now with the sun being in your fifth house, you got to do fifth house things. You got to be creative. You got to go out and have fun. I don't know if you have kids or your family members have kids. Hanging out with kids, important. There could even be, you know, someone who piques your interest in terms of dating, because the fifth house is also about dusty and stiff. It's also about dates and like being flirtatious and fun. So these are all things you need to focus on coming up. I love that your collection is coming out. Girl, I don't even have a pen. But you told me the name of your, can you DM me? Can you DM me with your page, your business page? Because I wrote it down and then guess what? I threw that paper away. And I was like, what happened to the paper where I wrote down her business? Can you just DM me, please? Because I would love to check you out and shout you out and support you and all of that stuff, especially because those scents and flavors that you mentioned a couple weeks ago sound immaculate. So you need and deserve all the attention you could possibly get. Okay, what's Mars doing in your chart right now? Where's Mars? Where's your chart ruler? And this is also why I need you in the Patreon, so I could just do this stuff for you in the Patreon. Girl, that 1111 could have gone to the Patreon. And then I could break it all down for you over there in one area. But what's Mars doing? Check your Mars. Oh, okay. Duh. Because Mars Uranus conjunction. Do you have any other planets in the second house? Boo, I posted, look, I posted the link. It's pinned. It's right here. Click it. Do you have any other planets in the second house? Because your way of making money is changing. It's changing unexpectedly and quickly with this conjunction. So you're getting a lot of energy in that money sector. And as long as Mars is not negatively aspected, it should all be positive changes. You have nothing else. Okay. What's your 10th house? Do you have any planets in your 10th house? That would be Capricorn. Capricorn midheaven. If your 10th house ruler is Saturn, Saturn is retrograde. So it's making you go back to old projects and finish things up. Give it like more effort and attention and energy. Ooh, you have Venus in the 10th house. Yeah, that's probably why love stuff has been a little funky. Because Saturn rules Capricorn. Saturn is retrograde. So Saturn's taking certain things away, making sure, yeah, midheaven too. Making sure, you know, like Saturn is not with the BS right now. So anything that's not meant for you, especially career-wise as well. So since your 10th house is Capricorn and your midheaven is Capricorn, Saturn is trying to get you into a new and better position when it comes to work. So he's either going to get you that raise, he's going to get you that new job, or he's going to help boost your business. But you have to show that you're serious. You have to show that you're serious. I'm trying to think of Scorpio. So do you have anything going on in your 8th house right now? Since the traditional ruler of Scorpio is Mars, I wonder what's going on in your 8th house. Your Neptune is also there too, and Neptune's retrograde. Girl, yeah, so no wonder you're wanting to make these changes. The illusions are being pulled. And one thing that, okay, with a Capricorn, 10th house and midheaven, one thing you are always rewarded for is your hard work, your persistence, your determination. Pluto's in your 8th. Oh my God, could your chart be any more like Perfect. Because Pluto is the modern ruler of Scorpio. You're undergoing a huge transformation. And that's why things have been feeling the way that they've been feeling lately. Because, girl, you're growing. Growing, growing, growing. Getting realigned. Ooh, I just pulled a random card. Guess what? Two of Cups. So you got a lot of good stuff coming to you. And you receive your reward by... There's a few things you got to do. But from Saturn, you receive your rewards by... having integrity and following the rules, doing what you know you're supposed to do. I always pull that for you. You're right. So it's about partnerships, important partnerships coming in. And of course, cups is typically around love, but you know, even if it's not love, then it's something near and dear to your heart. Receiving like the friendship, the generosity, the business partnerships, whatever it is that your heart is really into, it's people, like-minded people coming toward you and meeting you where you're at and uplifting your life, being genuinely involved. Okay, so you got great stuff coming, and I really feel like that's what those numbers are really trying to communicate, is like, keep going, keep it up, keep doing what you know you should do, keep focusing on your business, keep swimming, bitch. You know what you got to do, and I know that you're doing it as well. So yes, I think asking for a raise is a good place to start, because you are showing that you know your value and your worth. And you're showing that not only to your boss, but to the universe. So the universe knows, like, okay, she knows her worth. So now she can, she's ready to receive more. So, girl, you're going to be good. And sometimes we just need that reminder, because let me tell you, it has been quite a year. Quite a year. Quite a year. We are living literally in historic times. I feel like from 2020 until now, it's just been boom, 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 you know? And I'm not sure that the booms are going to stop anytime soon, but hopefully the heat is... So it's a lot, but you're doing a great job. And these reminders are here to help keep your head in the game, and just to be like, hey, remember that, you know, it's serious, but it's not that serious. Yeah. Yes, exactly. I completely feel you, because some people are like, oh my God, it's already July, the middle of July. And I'm like, bitch. This year has been so long, but also short at the same, you know, I completely understand. That's how I feel about the last 2 years, honestly. They've been dragging on and on and on and on and on. Yes, Lita, but for real, you gotta either type this out, write this out. Hi, Tony. And be prepared to say why. Why do you deserve a raise? Honestly, you have to say that. Why? Like, this is why, this is why, this is why, this is why. Be prepared to have a reason. You know. So yeah. How you doing, Tony? How's this Mars-Uranus conjunction treating you? We make sure this week that everyone is taking it easy, taking your time. No road rage, no speeding. Make sure you turn the oven off before you leave the house, all that Yes, of course. I love having you here, Lita. Click that Patreon, girl. um, I do want to be more, I don't know, I'm thinking of making Tuesdays the main day that I come on here. I'm honestly waiting for these children to go back to school so that I'm not wasting my time. Sometimes I get on here and it's just blah, little babies, and it's annoying. Like, I'm talking to the grown folks, not the 12-year-olds. You're either at work or sleeping. What's a good time for you in your life? I'm just curious. I don't know if I'll be able to accommodate, but is nighttime more up your alley? I have a headache. I was in the sun for too long. But I'm trying to figure a whole lot of stuff out. A lot going on right now. Some days it, yeah. So this week, Tony, for fixed signs, so Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio, there's a lot changing in our lives. And this is the astrological event that's like making the way for that. So move through this week with a lot of grace for yourself. Make sure, you know, you're spending time in nature, that you're being still, that you're not engaging in fights and arguments, okay? 1 to 3 on the East Coast. And let's get through this week. So this week is blasting open some new doors, okay? For the, especially for the signs that I mentioned, the fixed signs. So you as a Leo, Tony, will definitely be impacted. So let's get through this week. Let's get into Leo season, and I'm sure you'll be feeling a lot better. This season before your season is typically one of the harder ones, and that goes for everyone. So for me, I'm a Taurus. Aries season, I enjoy, but it can just be a lot sometimes. So for you, Tony, Cancer season can feel like a lot because that's the house that comes, or that's the sign that comes before you. So it's in your blind spot. So the season before your birthday season kind of is like, meh. So we're almost out of Cancer season. A lot of planets are moving into the sign of Leo. You should be feeling some relief. You should be experiencing new opportunities here shortly. Yeah, I hate it. I don't like the winter time. It's hard. But I think that's part of it. The cycles encourage us to receive different things, to behave in different ways, to align with different energy. But girl, is hard. The winter, not a fan, but it is what it is. So I'm really curious to see what happens for everyone, including myself. I'm a Leo moon, Virgo rising, Taurus sun, and I have a lot of life changes that I would like to make. And I'm just waiting for these things to align, these green lights to come through. And some days it feels like, when is this shit gonna happen? I'm tired. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of waiting. And then other times I'm like, ooh, yeah, this feels nice. I'm exactly where I need to be. Everything is great. So your favorite is Aries and Libra and Scorpio. I'm trying to remember like what my favorite ones are. Honestly, it's been a really hectic last 2 years, so I don't know if I have a favorite right now. No, I have not, and I haven't been trying to get in touch with them, honestly. but he's still been on my mind. I feel like he had a baby or something because I feel like some big life event happened to him, and that's why I've been thinking about him. But no, I still don't know. I honestly don't know how to get in touch with him, and I don't even know what I would say because the way I left things, yeah, I can't even honestly remember, but I don't think it was good. The last thing that happened, he came out to New Orleans to visit me, and then he went back home to California, and I think we got into it. I think we got into a little argument or something. And then I got pregnant like 6 months later. So there's that. Oh, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. And I love him and he loves me. We get it. But like, I love a lot of people. It doesn't mean we need to be together. You know, there's got to be more of a reason to be together than that. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like that's supposed to happen right now or ever, really. I don't know, girl. It's complicated. I love him. He loves me. I know it. But, like, eh. Yeah, girl. That's where I'm moving back to. That's where I met my baby daddy. That's where I gave birth to my baby. I threw my placenta in the Mississippi River. Yeah, that's where I'm trying to move. And yeah, they do have vampires. That's why I want to go back. Just kidding. That's not the reason why. It's just New Orleans is a very magical place to be. I feel such a strong connection to my ancestors there. Mm, yeah, I would probably be friendly, but like, what's the point? What's the point? It is what it is. It was what it was. I don't really feel like there's a future between the two of us. Yeah, girl. Yes. New Orleans is my love. I fell in love with New Orleans, and then I fell in love in New Orleans, and then I had a baby in New Orleans, and then my baby daddy made us move for his job, and then he left me to go back to New Orleans. You're trying to be a vampire? Honestly, in New Orleans, you feel like there's many dimensions all happening at the same time. Like you can see the past, like the historic buildings, it's just the feelings you get there. Like there's a lot of activity out there, and I love it. It's right up my alley. Where's my Edward Cullen? You know, I was not impressed with the way Edward looked in the movies. I was like, no, it's not. I don't have any of my lines in New Orleans. I actually have my Jupiter line out here in Albuquerque, and I'm like, I can't say I've grown for sure. A lot of life has happened. There's been a lot that's happened here, but it doesn't feel Jupiter-y out here. You know, I feel like I'm dying a slow death in Albuquerque. This feels like a Pluto line and not a Jupiter line. So I don't know. Maybe something is going to happen in the next couple of months, and I'm going to be like, bingo, that's why it's my Jupiter line. But I've been here for almost 2 years now. It doesn't feel Jupiterian. It feels yuck. I don't know where my Venus line is. I need to check it out, but I know I don't have anything running through New Orleans, so I don't know why. Other than my ancestors, I don't know why. I feel so connected there, you know? I guess that is the reason why. I have a lot of ancestry in that area next to Mississippi, the ninth house. My Jupiter's in the ninth. In Gemini. So, yeah. Girl, I don't know. I really need to talk to an astrocartographer about that because I have some qualms. I have some bones to pick. Like, what? What's with my Jupiter line being in Albuquerque? And why has it been so not fun? But I mean, to be fair, like, a lot did happen. So you feel connected to Japan and Australia. Ooh, that's awesome. I've never felt connected to any Asian countries, honestly. Like, if someone were to say, I'll pay for you to go to Japan with me, I'd be like, no, thank you. No. Yeah, I can see that for sure. Expanding knowledge about self, expanding my experiences. This is where I've been raising my daughter. Although she was born in New Orleans, we only lived there for like 3 or 4 months while she was a baby. So, yep. But I would love for it to like bring me some money. Albuquerque, hello. Bring me some more money. Expand my businesses. Like, I don't know, do something like that. Because the growth and expansion I've experienced here has just been like, not fun. Ancient Egypt, for sure. I definitely feel connected to Egypt as well. And maybe it's a past life thing because I don't feel called to go there now. I feel like I already did that. But who knows? I do feel connected to Isis and that sort of thing. I've had a few experiences, like in drum meditations and things where Isis was holding me by like the armpits. And we were flying around. And the pyramids looked like squares. And I didn't know that from it. I Googled later. I was like, an aerial view of the pyramids. What does it look like? And you can see the base. So it does look like little squares from the top. Ooh, I love that. I have hieroglyph tattoo on the back of my leg. And it is from the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Yeah, and maybe, honestly, I do feel like all this is meant to happen in my life. I'm meant to be here, blah, 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 blah. I'm not meant to be with my baby daddy because we're not together. So if we were meant to be together, then we would be together, but we're not together. So we're not meant to be together, you know? So I understand that. Hold on. Sorry, my mom texted me. Girl, please, yes, DM me. I know, I'm like, because even if I show you, it's like upside down. Yeah, so I do believe these experiences I was meant to have. I just don't understand. It doesn't feel very benefic, you know, because Jupiter is a benefic. It doesn't feel benefic. It feels more like Pluto, you know, where Pluto destroys things and makes things happen because they're supposed to. That's what living on my Jupiter line has felt like. Is it felt like Pluto, a Pluto line, and not a Jupiter line. Oh, we must have been. Yours are from the Book of the Dead too. What does yours mean? Please DM me because we got to talk about this. Because mine is the know thyself and you will know God. That is what mine is. So yeah, yes, I've grown, but it feels more like Pluto growth and not Jupiter growth. You know, does that make sense? So maybe the Jupiter part hasn't happened yet. Or maybe like the good part hasn't, or maybe it has, and I'm just needing to shift my perspective. But in any case, my mom needs me to run some errands. I gotta go to Costco. Fun stuff. But I'll be back on a little later. Please DM me, Lita. Hello. If you are interested in joining the Patreon, it's pinned right here. It's your last chance to click it before I get off. But again, only join if you are interested in astrology, learning more about yourself through the lens of astrology and tarot, okay? Yeah. I have Pluto in, I think, my first house as well. So I have, it's either the first or the second. I really need to double check that. So, yes. But anyway, I love you. I'll see you.